Hello, welcome to a Soulprint mini. Um, Before I do that, I want to thank everybody, my donors. You're amazing. I am humbled. Thank you so much. For the support of the channel. I'm very grateful for that. And I hope you continue to enjoy the content. All right, so today you've probably figured it out from the title, but I want to take a look at the wannabe king and the wannabe czar, and see what's going on with them. Um, I don't know, but it's just curious to me because on the one hand, Trump's sort of useless to them at this point. You would think they got a lot of what they wanted. But I think that Trump has such a fascination with Russia and with Putin in particular, that I just thought it'd be cool to take a quick peek. Tomorrow, I'm going to be looking at Putin and China, Russia and China. They're getting awful buddy buddy. It sounds like Russia is trying to get some military goods out of China. So I want to take a look at that relationship too. Okay, so here we go. So, so we're looking at the relationship between Putin and Trump. Sorry, one more. They were just telling me that you can anticipate a lot of Russian propaganda popping up on Biden. All right. Um, because Putin knows he can't get away with stuff with Biden, and he knows that the United States is all in with the Ukrainian thing. And so his best bet is to sort of attack, right? Kind of. I mean, he'd love Trump back in office, but kind of anybody who would not support the war in Ukraine is going to get Putin support. So just keep that in mind. Okay, here we go. Trump and Putin, Trump and Putin, Trump and Putin. Okay, they're starting with the Ten of Cups. And this really is a reflection of how, I guess, Russia viewed Trump as president, which was the world was their oyster. They could get anything they wanted, they could do anything they wanted. Um, I remember just briefly popped in my head. If you remember when Trump and Putin got together, wherever it was they got together, and Trump made an absolute ass of himself, talking about how well he couldn't understand why Russia would do what they were being accused of doing, and he was given a football to be passed along to Brandon to Barron, and it was wired. Like, Trump's just too stupid for words. In any case, listen, it was a really good relationship. But I've tried to find this out before because people always refer to Trump being an asset, like literally an asset of Russia. It wasn't, from what I'm getting, it wasn't formal. It was just that Trump was so easily manipulated. In some ways, it was kind of like Putin only had to make the smallest of suggestions that there would be trouble if Trump said this instead of that. But for the most part, he was just able to read Trump's energy well enough, and his personality to know exactly how to handle him. He was like their puppet, right? I'm not sure to this day if he was an asset or he was just the most um just the he it was just too easy for him to just be kept in the dark, for him to just blab stuff because he was trying to impress. um so he was a useful idiot, right? I mean, that was the bottom line. I am not getting like pentacle cards, I'm not getting money cards, I'm not getting anything that would indicate that um there was sort of like a two-way, like that he was being paid. He wasn't being paid. They had enough information on him. They didn't need to pay him. They could just use him because that's who and how he was. Now, what's interesting is he has three wands cards. Okay, so you have the 1, the 4, and the 9. So again, an interesting, this really has to do more with messaging, getting the message out. Um, you know, Trump could always, I mean, and we know this, Trump always repeated whatever the last person in the room said. Okay. So Putin will do what he can to help Trump get reelected. He will do what he can do to help maybe another one or two Republicans to help them stay in the race. Um, and there will be a smear campaign against Biden that is coming from him. So it's all about the words, right? It's all about the actions and the words and the words and the actions and how they come together and what happens there. At some point, and I mean, this is part of what's so frustrating, right? That information, that relationship was set to come out until Barr squashed it, right? And so, in some ways, they can continue to do what they do, kind of in plain sight because Trump doesn't see their game. He just doesn't. So, I guess the next kind of question to ask is, I'm not gonna reshuffle the deck. I'm just gonna move these cards out of the way. My next question is, um, Trump fleeing to Russia, Trump fleeing to Russia, Trump fleeing to Russia. Here it is. Okay. So Trump continues to really resonate and support the way Russia is the way Russia is ruled. And this is what he himself aspires to. But there is a part of him that knows that it's almost like there was like compromise. There was something that Putin had that wouldn't necessarily make it the first place he would want to go to. It's almost like he has a sense, just a little sense, that sometimes when you're no longer useful to that man, um, I don't know, you get very clumsy and you fall out of windows and downstairs, and there's actually a little bit of fear connected to the way Trump perceives Putin. On the one hand, he idolizes it, but on the other hand, he's scared of that raw power. And so I think there's an understanding, right, that it wouldn't be as balanced a relationship as he would like to think it could be. And the Wheel of Fortune, I feel that turning on him if he goes into Russian land. There will be some money exchange, some sort of assets exchange, but when it comes right down to it, it feels as if that would not be Trump's first choice. I think Trump's first choice would be Saudi Arabia because it's the same kind of rule, but they appear to have a little bit more gold in their in their surroundings, in their environment, the way they live, the color that they like. So in some ways, you got to think that Trump would just feel more comfortable with all that sprayed on gold. All right, that's what I know today. Thank you so very, very much. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. And don't forget, put your comments or your questions in the comment section below these videos. And Amazing Joyce is going to magically get them for me by Thursday afternoon. All right, take care now. Bye-bye.